Hello. So I'm going to do a little video and then probably post some articles about what fasting and intermittent fasting is. So everyone pretty much is already intermittent fasting. Basically, that's where you just aren't eating for any set standard of time. So usually, and I have talked to a few people that say that they have woke up with little Debbie in their bed with them, but most of us go to sleep and we don't eat until we wake up. It's called breakfast, which is break fast, because you take however long that you're asleep without eating, or you should. So everyone's already doing intermittent fasting. It's not as scary as it sounds. One of the easiest, and I do call them eating windows, and eating windows is not eating actual Simon windows, Mom. It is having designated times throughout your day that you eat food and then you don't. So this is what we would have looked like in our early human form. You know, we wouldn't have just been sitting around in our caves watching Netflix and eating micro meals all the time. So anyway, eating windows are they can look anything like you fast for 12 hours and eat for 12 hours. That's what I actually recommend for anyone that's just getting started. So let's say you stop eating at 8 o'clock at night and then you don't eat again until 8 o'clock in the morning. For some people, you know, you can change that around. I typically like to go 16 or 18 hours without eating, and then the 8 or 6 hours is where I actually do eat. And I usually eat my last meal around 4 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon because I'm starving in the morning and I like to eat as soon as possible because I love food. So that is what intermittent fasting is. It's setting up a schedule. It actually helps you burn more fat because when you are fasting, instead of burning off the calories that you have eaten, which calories are awesome. I'm not opposed to calories. Calories are great. We need them for energy. They keep us alive. But we do have an excess supply of them usually in our modern American diet. And so when you are doing intermittent fasting, you are burning off actual fat. This is the first time that I've ever been able to lose weight and keep it off, and I very much believe that it's because I follow my eating windows no matter what I'm eating, or my eating schedule as no matter what I'm eating, and also because I believe that I have truly lost real live fat, and also because I think my body doesn't think that it's going to starve anymore. It knows that we have these times of fasting, and it uses those times of fasting to heal itself instead of like freaking out and going like, oh my gosh, we can't lose any weight because she's never going to feed us again. So you got to let your body know that it's okay. You know, it's going to be okay. We're going to eat again, and then it just works better. Fasting is any time that you do, I would say 24 hours or more. That's totally up to you. Have I done it? Yeah, I have. It's actually not as hard as what you think it is, and I totally always look at it as a spiritual type thing. But my friend, you know, she fasts, and I don't know that it's really that spiritual for her. It helps her get to her goals. It's one of our ways of resetting our body. If we've been in a big junk food, processed food type way, fasting for 24 hours doesn't necessarily make you lose any weight. And it's not unhealthy because we're all, you know, we all have enough to go around. And if it's just 24 hours. And so it basically mentally resets. It gives your body something to work towards. You know that you're doing something good. You know that in a short amount of time you're mentally going to be able to walk away from the sugar or make the food that you need to for your family or your kids and not overindulge in it. So for me, it's a mindset. So fasting for 24 hours or more is definitely a mindset for me. The intermittent fasting is just a way of life that I do now. It's just how it is. And sometimes when I'm intermittent fasting and I'm out and about and I don't get to eat my 6 o'clock meal, guess what? I don't eat until the next day because, I'm not going to die, and it's okay. And I have a few people that I have reached out to and said, hey, if you ever feel like I'm taking something to extreme, or if you feel like I'm taking something to a non-healthy place, please let me know. I think we all need to do that. We need to do that on either side of whatever we're doing, whether it's exercising, whether it's eating too much processed food, whether it's not eating enough. Whatever it is, we always need to have those people in our lives that are going to be real with us and tell us, hey, you're spending too much money. Hey, you need to shower. You stink. We need people in our lives. So, you can look at me. I'm not wasting away to anything, and I'm feeling like I'm being very honest with myself. But I have reached out to a few people that I know that will be honest with me to let me know if I ever feel like I'm out of bounds or too extreme. Okay, so anyway, that's a little rundown on fasting and intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is something everyone should do. I don't care who you are. You should do it. Even if you say that your blood sugar drops, or if you say this or if you say that, if your diet is on point, there's no reason that you can't go 12 hours without eating. I know sometimes people are taking medications, or a lot of people are on antibiotics. Well, those are just temporary things that you can learn to adjust with. But look into the intermittent fasting. Look into fasting if you feel so led to, and try it on. Check it out. See what you like. See what works for you. See what works for your family. But above all, don't ever give up. Don't. Because every second, you don't have to wait till Monday to start again. You don't have to wait till tomorrow to start again. We have seconds. They just go. This is a practice. It's called a practice because we mess up and we have to keep practicing. So, find your practice your practice, and then live your practice.